So I wanted to touch on something that I said in my last video. And if you hear panting in the back, I'm here with both of my dogs. So this is Medusa and that's Freya. This is who you guys always hear in my videos in the background. My two minions. But yeah, you guys, so I really just wanted to touch on something I said in my last video. And I said that I am itself is always in a way wanting to reveal that it's always in its natural state to us, or always in the process of always returning to its natural state. And what I mean by this is that everything that already is, it just is. I am is all things. So I am in its natural state. If you were to add no labels to it, is all things, and that is love, joy, peace, abundance, harmony with all that is, and expansion. And anything that is opposite of that is an illusion, is a veil over I am. So any belief that you have that you're not enough, that you don't have, that you're not worthy of, is the illusion that we buy into. And so it's so interesting that we use the techniques to get rid of the disbelief, or to counteract or try to make us feel that we have, or that we can be or can achieve, when we already are the source of all things. And so, in itself, the illusion is in the belief that we're not, or the buying into, or thinking that there's some process that we need to achieve in order to realize who we've always been. And so that's why the law of least effort and allowing actually dissolves a lot of this for us instantaneously. And you know yourself, whenever you decide to drop your technique or your thought process, or you get so frustrated that you're like, my manifestation is not coming, whatever, and then you just let it go, how it just automatically drops into your lap. That's because everything is always doing its best to try to get to you, but it is in the belief that you feel that you have to fight for it, become worthy of it, get involved in the story. So you buy into the illusion, and then you try to dismantle that illusion. And so that's what gets you caught up in that cycle of trying to fix things, when if you just were to allow all things to exist and go back to the source, be aware and know that, hey, I am the source of all things. And if I rest and abide within this, what does that do? What that does is it allows everything, your desires, to start shaping around I am, to start unfolding, and effortlessly, because when you take your attention off of the perceived problem and put it back on yourself and communing with yourself, being aware within yourself, and just doing that and moving forward, what it is you'll be able to see what was pretty much already there. And so for me, I have a story that really goes along well with this. So for the past few months, I've been saying that I've wanted a change in my everyday life. I kind of want to move around my city a little more, but I also wanted a quick getaway just to kind of process some things in a way of just not really having to work as much and just allowing myself to relax. And it was something that I wanted to take my dogs with me. And so I didn't know necessarily what I wanted to do, but I have been trying to figure out where I wanted to move to next in the city and do all these things. And then plus, now taking on clients and building this and doing all the other various things that I do. And I was getting pretty frustrated, but I said, you know what? If I return to the source itself and stop thinking that there's a problem, somehow, some way, everything will right itself. I'll come back to my natural state of being, and then see that everything that I wanted was already there. And so I just allowed, I intended for what I wanted. And then I just know that the way is within me, because I am is the way, the truth, and the light, and the life itself. So if I just return back to my natural state of being, is I am, then all will be added on to me, correct? So that's what I did. I turned back to myself, and I was talking to one of my friends, and I was kind of just expressing just a little bit of, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know right now. And then I got offered to come stay at her place, and they have a beach house in the backyard. And it's enough space for me to run around with my dogs, and it's in hill country, so there's lots of nice hills, and I get a moment away to myself. And all the list of the things, even the little things that I've wanted to do or wanted to get, have been just flowing to me. I've have hardly done any work, and money just comes out of thin air. The happiness, the awareness, being with my dogs, loving on them, hanging out with them, making content that I want to make, drawing, writing, watching TV, filling myself up with that I am space. Everything that I've wanted has started to show itself to me, including the SP, including the money, including everything that I was seeking. Even this little microphone. I knew I wanted a microphone, but something as small as this, my friend, she noticed that I mentioned a microphone, and she got me this microphone. And so everything that I had set out and intended, and I was like, oh, I just, the whole making up a story around this is going to be hard and blah 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 blah. But when I just said, you know what, I don't have to figure out the how. I don't have to figure out the how. I don't have to get engaged and try to force something into existence. I just need to come back to the source and become aware that it already is and that I already am. And then I move with that, and everything just shapes around I am. Everything, all my desires, all my intentions have started to show themselves easily and effortless without me actually lifting a finger or trying to figure out the how, or even going so far as affirming my way into a solution. I am is the solution, you guys. That's what I want you guys to realize, is I am itself, without really trying to add anything to it, because that in itself becomes, in time, becomes a limitation. Being aware of being the source of all that is, and your natural state is love, joy, peace, harmony with all that is, and it's always there. We just veil ourselves when we get involved with the processes and hows, and then feeding into a story that's not really there. So if you just relax and even drop what is, even the problem that you think that you have, the solution, everything will come out of nowhere. Because if your only focus is awareness, being aware of all that you are, you will come back into that equilibrium, and the solution and everything will appear, because I am is the way, and the way is always within you, you guys. So it's nothing that you are doing or nothing that you could try to do outside of you that gets you the results. It's the remembrance of who you are. All right. So I just wanted to drop that quickly for you guys. And yeah, my dogs, oh my gosh, there's something else. But yeah, you guys, I love you so much. And imagination, what you feel, what you're looking at, what you're observing within yourself, if you're only contemplating the existence within yourself and the love, the joy, the harmony of all that you are, just in your natural state of being, everything comes to you. All right. So imagination, what you think, what you feel about yourself is on your side, and I am too. Bye.